So now let's leverage some formula fields in Tonkean. There's going to be two types. There's regular formula fields, which we're going to use throughout the module. And then there's the global fields, which you can think about as roll-up metrics or KPIs that we're going to show in the business report. So let's first go to the fields selection over here. And what we're going to do is go down to formula fields, and then we're going to do an add field. Now this is our formula editor. What we're going to do is keep this simple, and we're actually going to just reformat the date of today to make it human readable. So we'll just call this today clean format. And then what we're going to do is we're going to select this root, and what we're going to do is do date and then date format. We will do the input, and then we will type today. Now today is a Tonkean native field. It's just in a format that's not human readable. It's called epoch. So if we click this, and then we want to select the date format. So if we click that and we select this selection, we can have different formats. So let's go ahead and do this one. And you can do whatever you want here, but we'll just go ahead and click next. And then we'll change this to a date field, and we will click save. You'll see that there's now a formula field called today clean format. So why don't we, within the module, actually go back to this action where we updated the title, and let's go ahead and append the today formula to make it even more unique and human readable for the person who's going to be monitoring the business report to know when this was submitted. So if we do that, we'll see that today clean date format is appended. Now let's move on to the global fields. So if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see that there's global fields, and we can add a new one. Now when I click add new field, the same selection shows. And what we're going to do is just do formula. Now this is again rolling up every single item on our business report that is in this module. So what I want to do is I want to get a count of all of the emails that have been sent and gone through this module. So I'm just going to name this count of all emails. And I don't need to do any selections because it's just doing a raw count. I click next, next, next. And on this display fields, you're going to actually change the colors based on the criteria that you want, but we don't need to worry about that. So we're going to do save, and you'll see that there's now a count of all emails. Now let's get a little bit more specific. We'll do an add new global field again, and let's do a number of all the HR requests. We're going to do a formula, and we're going to do a count of all items, except we want to isolate the ones that are specific to HR. Now how we do that is by clicking set new condition, and then we do what type of request did they select is equal to HR question. So now what this is going to do is it's going to roll up all of the emails that we've received, and all of the people who have filled out that form who selected HR question are going to be counted in this formula. Now if we click save, we can do the same thing for legal, or what we can do is add a new global field, formula again, and let's just do the number of email, I'll say items in new reply status. We can do a count, and then the conditions are actually going to be when the status is equal to new reply. So these conditions, as you can see, can be anything. You want to isolate specific items and get a roll-up KPI or global metric of the current state of your process. So if I click save, you will see that we now have 3 global fields that will roll up on the business report, and we also have created our clean format for the today's date, and we've added it in the module editor. In the next video, you will see how we can visually see all of these global fields roll up on the business report.